Hello everyone, my name is Lumi and welcome to Lumi's Lair. So in this video we will be going over week 2 of the VCT split 1, whatever all that is. So much stuff happened and I've been literally thinking about days on some of these placements. So, we're going to start with EMEA first. The EMEA is the easiest to place. Let's open up last week's real quick. So last week's BBL was the EMEA representation, but my preferred choice for an EMEA team is now Koi. And we're going to be naming it Koi tier. That does not make me happy at all. I'm gonna drag this to the side for a reference. So we had a few games go down this week. I'm gonna do it in Pick'em because it's easier. Actually, maybe matches would be easier. No. So we had Carmine Core versus Foot, which Foot came out on top in a, I wouldn't say, it was alright. I don't know what to think about this, honestly. I genuinely don't know. I think I watched this game, it was alright. Foot are just playing like a solid unit right now. And Carmine Core looked a bit shaken. So, I'm going to put Carmine Core in qualifying, because they're still a great team. And I'm going to put Foot as winning contenders, right now at least. The Foot look really solid, that's all I can really say. They just look really solid. Next game that went down was BBL versus Gentle Mates. Gentle Mates are such a weird team. Because, like, Gentle Mates, they play weird comps. I genuinely, like, don't know. Elite's, like, so good. But, like, I genuinely don't know. I think I'm gonna put Gentle Mates in mid, I guess. I think that's the best I can do for them. And for BBL, I mean, you're not in this tier anymore. I'm gonna put you in bad roster, because your roster's not great, I'm gonna be honest. Like, your team has barely enough coordination, but like the firepower is just not there. Then we had Vitality Heretics. This was a game. This was a game. I didn't expect. I haven't seen a Vitality game until this one. Vitality looked pretty good, man. That's all I can really say. Like, they don't look bad. They look like a solid team that played a solid game. I don't know where to put them though. So I'm gonna hold off. Let me find all the teams. So there's Heretics, there's Vitality, there's Team Liquid, there's Fnatic, there's Giants. I'm missing one. Navi. I think that's it. So here's the thing with these, right? Maybe I'm gonna move Gentle Mates down. I still don't think they're that great compared to all the other teams. And let me cover the Giants game real quick. Giant X faced Fnatic. They took the breeze solidly, but then they lost the split. Giant X don't look great. They look better than Gentle Mates, but like I don't think high enough to be mid. Let's cover Team Liquid real quick. Team Liquid played against Navi and had the biggest choke of the century. Oh my god. How do you choke a 10-1? Crazy to see. I've literally never seen that before. And Navi make the comeback after Team Liquid gets absolutely shaken to their core after losing this. So, yeah. Team Liquid, like, they have solid people on their team, but they're nothing more than mid. And then you have this top six bunch, you know? They are just trading blows with each other. It's crazy. I genuinely don't know what to put them. Like Vitality is above Heretics. I think Fnatic's the worst out of these. Let's cover Navi real quick, because Navi had a crazy week. Like this Team Liquid game, they they were really tossing, but then they just like sharpened up really well. It was a great comeback. I haven't seen that much. So I think Navi are underfoot right now, but I think if they face off, like Navi will probably win at that point. And I'm gonna put Vitality up here. I think I think Team Heretics need like a bit of assistance. They just need to like practice more, and I clicked on it. I remember, I think it was Miniboo. Miniboo played like this KO, and he did not look comfortable at all. Like Patty Tack plays KO, but then Miniboo played KO, and he played well, but like he he just seemed like a different player, and honestly, I just can't I just can't put them any higher than they are right now. Vitality, Carmine Core. I mean, I covered the EMEA teams. This is what it looks right now, but there's a big gap here. Like, huge gap right now. It is not looking like good for these teams to qual. Let's do the pick'ems real quick in the EMEA region, because I'm skipping through this region a bit because, you know, I should be. So, what games do they have tomorrow? Because that's actually important. Because the game's tomorrow in 11 hours. Gentlemates, Fnatic, and Carmine Core Navi. Okay, here's my predictions. Fnatic beat Gentlemates. Gentlemates haven't shown me anything impressive. Like, you beat BBL, and you lost to Carmine Core. It's like, cool. It's just nothing impressive just yet. I think Navi beats Carmine Core, honestly. Like, they lost to Foot, and I think they're going to be a bit shaken. And then they're just going to get crushed by Navi. Navi are looking really good right now. BBL Team Heretics, same thing with this game. It's just like a player diff and how like powerful the teams are. Vitality versus Foot is actually interesting, I would say. I think Foot have shown the better form. Like overall, I think Foot have shown like they're in good form right now. So I personally think that Foot are gonna win this pretty handedly. Team Liquid versus Giant X is also something that's interesting. Let me find them real quick. Because Team Liquid have let's just say they've been shaken a bit. While Giant X, like they've been losing their games, but they're also losing to like Fnatic, which they took to 3 maps, I guess, and Carmine Core, which they got creamed. But you know what? I think Giant X are gonna. No, I've made a mistake before, so I'm just gonna go with Team Liquid. I think their team overall is better, so they should win. But I don't know. And then Fnatic versus Koi. Koi's looking bad, and it sucks, man. So Fnatic are probably gonna win that game. Now we go to the Pacific region. So let's grab these boys real quick. There's T1, there's Team Secret. DFM, DRX. Cool. Okay, where do I start with Pacific, dude? Okay, so let's bring this back over. So in the last tier list, I had Bleed and Global, both in the lowest tier. And I said last video that I will keep them there until one wins a game. So currently, Bleed and Global will both be staying in the Koi tier. It sucks that it's named after Koi. If Koi looks slightly better next week, I'm gonna name it after Bleed. So, next. What team... Let's look over the matches real quick. So, at the start of the week, we had Genji Paper X. Banger game, dude. Like, this was close, and then this was also close. Great comeback from Paper X. Then Paper X just crushed on Bind. Jing looks back better. Not better than ever, but he just looks like Jing. He's just the same guy. Something popped off this game, which is very nice to see after a few lackluster performances. And yeah, as a Paper X fan, that was very nice to see. T1 versus DRX. T1 took this breeze. I would say it was a bit shaky from them. They had a decent attack side, I think. And then DRX just picked it up and killed them. But I have an opinion. I'm gonna save T1 for last, actually. Because I think that's interesting. Then we had Team Secret versus Zeta Division. Close game for some reason. I think they should just stick Laz on Chamber the entire game. Genuinely. And then Bleed versus RQ. RQ are just a better team. It was a bloodbath, dude. Yay. 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 I feel bad for him. Not really, I don't like him too much, but even this bad of a lost streak sucks. Genji versus DFM. I thought this game was going to be a lot more interesting, but Genji just played like a solid game and DFM didn't. Like, look at this. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name yet. I think it's May or Mie. I'm gonna call him May. May is a goat, dude. Holy shit. So good. Like, if May doesn't play well, this team dies. Straight up. Which is kind of pissed why they beat T1. Anyways, we had Talon versus Global. This was a throw. Global killed Talon on the first map. And then they had like the lead, and then they just tossed. Talon won an OT, and then they hit back, and it's just like Global has ideas, and those ideas are falling on deaf ears, dude. And then T1 destroy RRQ, which is nice to see from T1 for once. And the last game, Zeta Division narrowly edge out Bleed. I don't know. Zeta needs to pick it up. Like, they have two rookies, and I understand that, but if they just start, how do I explain it? If they start picking it up, then they'll look better. Like, borderline maybe breaking into the top 4, even though that's rough. So, let's put Talon in bad roster, because they do have a bad roster. Because, like, Jibboys is good, I guess. Bond's alright. Governor's alright, but, like, their coordination and everything's just so off that I can't put it anything over bad roster. And then, but they have 2 wins, but it's against like some of the worst teams, you know? And it's close games against those horrible teams. So I can't put them any higher than this. Next, I would put... God, this is difficult. This region's like actually quite competitive. God, this is difficult. Okay, let's do some easy ones. Genji I'm gonna put them in qualifying right now. Or I can put them in this under PRX. Either's fine. That's how it's kind of feeling right now. PRX like banger. That's all I can really say. But yeah, that's all I can really say right now. But then we have some DRX also look great. I don't think they look as good as the other two. I think if when they will face Gen G in 3 days and against Paper X, I think they'll probably drop some games then. But their team looks good. Bane is a solid contributor. All of that. Team Secret. Like you only beat Zeta barely, and then lost to RQ and DRX. I don't know. I don't know. I think Zeta's in mid, maybe better than Team Liquid. Zeta's the most inconsistent team I've ever seen. Like when they play good, they look like they could beat anyone, and when they play bad, they look like you can lose to anyone. T1, I'm gonna put him top of Hopium, honestly. Maybe there. I think T1's still a top 4 team. Barely. Because I'm gonna put like RQ right under him. I think this is what it's looking like right now. I'm gonna put Team Secret lower. DFM needed Meta carry. Zeta need to get their shit together. Team Secret is just like the most mid team I've ever seen. Like none of them pop off enough to justify any higher than this. But yeah, my T1 reasoning, why I think they're still a top 4 team, is that the games that they lost, right? They lost to DRX. They lost to Detonation Focus Me when they were playing like actual gods, genuinely. Like me at 64. Like that's crazy. Like he was playing like an absolute god. And this is sometimes why I don't value teams that have just this. Like you'll see this later down the line in this video. Where I don't value teams that have like one big guy popping off and it's like, oh, well, they're the best team in the world now, you know? Because like you can't do that consistently. And if you do, then you are the best team in the world. But I think T1 or RQ's alright. RQ and these two are very close, but the thing is, Zeta is so weird. Cause Zeta can literally be playing like this, right? They can like almost lose to Talon. And then they can pop off and like almost beat T1. Like it just matters how they're feeling that day. And I'm interested. Let's do pick'ems now. Pick'ems. Okay. If all that's all I had to say, one little time has gone away. Okay, here we go. This is interesting. Gen G versus DRX. As I said before, I think Gen G just crushed this. Now, when I predicted at the beginning of the season, I said Bleed were going to beat DFM. That has changed. Bleed look atrocious. DFM do not. That's all I can say. Even if May doesn't pop off, I still think they beat Bleed. Now we have Global versus RQ. RQ have just been playing much more consistently and better than Global. PRX versus Team Secret, same thing. It's just a diff. T1 versus Talon, same thing. Gen G versus Zeta. This one's, I guess, closer. Not really, though. Zeta needs to have literally every member on their team having the game of their lives to beat Gen G. And hey, if I see that, I'm down. Now, this is the only interesting thing this entire week is Team Secret versus DFM. I think Team Secret are gonna win because I think May is going to fumble. And I think it will be this game where he cannot carry hard enough. But that's just my prediction. I don't know otherwise. Let's do what everyone's waiting for. Americas. Here's what it looked like last time. I had Furia in Koi tier. And I still do. Furia didn't play well. at all. They got creamed by energy. They lost a crew. They need they need some help. That's all I can say. They need a saving grace. Now now it gets more difficult because the games this week were so weird. It's crazy. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it one by one. Let's go 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves this week played G2 and beat them pretty well. I watched both these games on stream. I watched this game on stream, and I have some good things and some bad things. Good things. Cryo looked great, EU looked great, Bang looked great. Those guys are a solid core, just being honest. And on the split, Asuna looks like a great player when he's hitting shots. But on Bind, it was miserable as a race player to watch this from Asuna. Holy shit. He whiffed. No, he didn't whiff. There are multiple clips of him, like, one sec, I'm gonna pull it up on the second monitor while I'm talking about this. There are multiple clips where he whiffs by just, it was just bad. Like, he would jump on top of a box or something and just like sit up there and then get traded, or not even get traded, just die like multiple times. It was rough to watch, being honest. He died first 8 times. I can't find a clip right now. He died first 8 times. It wasn't a great performance from him, but also Icy didn't have the greatest performance. He tried. He's played all right, but I don't think he's a Yoru player, low-key. But disregarding that whole thing, I think they're in mid right now. Like, higher than that, though. Like, they played well this game. I don't think it's justified to put them over anyone. You can't get too swayed by one result, you know? Next one. What's next? Lev. I don't want to talk about Lev right now. Energy. Energy creamed Furia. What do you want me to say about it? I'm gonna put them in winning contenders, but like low end. They still look they still look some shakiness. They should have lost this breeze, I'm being fully honest. Furia played the worst I think I've seen this game. Like this year, I think that was the worst I've seen a team play. They lost multiple ecos they should have. It was rough. Now, let's do 11 Sentinels, because they played this week, and holy fuck. Okay, first of all, whoever says it's a 2-0, shut up. It's a close game, dude. Look at this shit. First of all, yeah, that's crazy. Second of all, Leviathan played. Leviathan's, I think, the hardest team to rank. Maybe with Cloud9. Because these two played, right? And, like, this Ascent game, like, they played atrociously. Like, Lev didn't play well this game at all. And they lost. And then they play against Sentinels, and Aspas has game of his life. Literally any team in the world would lose to that Leviathan that week. Just being genuine. So here's what I'll do. Lev gets top of Hopium. Sen gets bottom. I think they're still better than like all these teams though. Like here. Sentinels lost a game. That's true. And they lost to Leviathan, which didn't look good last week, you know, from my ranking. But the way they played was they played crazily, but also they played there's just zero way they can do that again. And if they do it again, you know what? They're the best in the world. That's my bet. That's my bet. If they do it again, they're the best in the world. Same with Leviathan, also blue. Uh, Cloud9. Oxy is deadlifting this team right now. I'm gonna put him like here. Cloud9 look decent. They haven't dropped a game yet, I guess. But they're close games every time. Oxy has carried. Oh my god, his raise is great, sure, but like, you can't depend on a man this much, dude. Like, he has double the kills of everyone else, what the fuck? Oxy's great. I mean, he's really deadlifting this team. EG. EG have not looked spectacular so far. They lost to G2 and Cloud9. Like, I know Cloud9 is playing well, but G2 wasn't doing too great things. So I'm gonna put him in bad roster. Their roster is bad, and that includes Jogamo. Next, we had Loud. And Loud played NRG. Loud didn't play this week. So I'm going to put them where I put them last week, which is top of Hopium, but I would put them under Leviathan. We'll see. When they come back, they're going to come back hard. Gonna be honest. MIBR. MIBR looked bad, and they lost to Crew, I think. Yeah. They lost 2-0 to Crew, so let's put you in bad roster as well. I'll put you above EG, though. Crew, you look mid. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard some Crew is qualifying shit. That's not happening. Like, sure, they are 2-0 right now, but they've faced Furia and MIBR. The two, I guess, worst teams in the league right now. It's not great. Last, G2. G2 lost to 100 Thieves, BDG. They look mid, better mid than Furia. They need a little bit of help, but I think it'll be okay. This is my list for the week. Let's get these pick'ems done. My pick'ems were rough last week, dude. But I'm currently 50-50. God, it's rough. This guy's a god, I guess. I don't know who this guy is, but Jesus Christ. Just predicting this crap? Like, what the hell? Okay, let's get my pick'em done. Oh, it's the double week next week. Fuck, okay. Let's do this quick. Sentinels beat MIBR. Sentinels look way better, and after losing like this, they're gonna come back with more knowledge and probably a better map pool. I think they're gonna crush. Loud beat C9. C9 have looked inconsistent, still winning games, but getting carried by one of their players. Loud are a much more consistent team, and not being jet lagged this week is gonna really help. I think Crew beat EG. You can call me wrong. Crew have looked more consistent than Evil Geniuses, but it's really a battle of the bad right now. If Crew beat EG, there's a chance. But if Crew lose to EG, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't know if I'll even watch this game. Energy versus Leviathan. Energy have looked more consistent, so I'm going to put Energy. Leviathan looked good in this game, where Aspos drops the kill record. But if Aspos doesn't do that, I don't know. Like, Sentinels probably win this, easily. So I just don't know. Like, if everyone performs on Leviathan, they probably beat Energy. It really depends on who performs that game. It's kind of a 50-50. G2 versus Furia. G2 have looked a lot more consistent than Furia ever will. Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves. This is close. If Cloud... It's 100 Thieves' only game this week, and I think 100 Thieves has more base talent than Cloud9. But like, Cloud9 have been performing better. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to 100 Thieves. I think since they only have one game this week, they can just solely focus on Cloud9 and just anti-strat the shit out of them. Sentinels versus EG. EG sucks, Sentinels doesn't. Period. Energy versus MIBR. Energy, MIBR. Like, Energy looks a lot better. That's that. Leviathan versus G2. Leviathan I've been playing inconsistent, but their base level is better than G2's base level, so I'm gonna base it off that. Loud versus Crew, I mean, we already know this. Loud's a great team, Crew's not too great. And that is all. That's the Mega Week. There's gonna be a lot of games next week. I'm gonna try and watch them all, but no promises. But yeah, this is my tier list for the week. Thank you all for watching. I tried to shorten this one down a bit more than last time. I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.